Hello, and welcome to another episode of the United We Stand, Divided We podcast. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Wow.
Oh,
That's okay, so that's AI. Oh,
yes.
you made that right, Robert. Not you made it, but you did that with a prompt.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Well, but first of all, let's tell everybody how that came about. It came across. I don't even remember which one of us saw it first. I think it was me, and I sent you the information.
Yep. You
But
sent me the
apparently
link.
it's been around for a while. Yeah.
Yep. And I was about to leave work this afternoon, and I thought, man, let's see if I can come up with something for the beginning of our podcast to see how cool it looks. And it's freaking amazing. And we don't even have to pay him.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Free labor.
It's Hedra.com. I thought it was Hedra. But I heard I've seen a couple of videos where they were pronouncing it Hedra. So we'll go with that for now. It's I can't even spell. Spell it for me. HEDRA.com.
Yep.
And you can basically get in there and you can sign up with your Google account or I think Facebook, whatever it is you want to use for your own security. And by the way, that is a little more secure doing that way because that just basically means that it signs in with those credentials, not that they have access to your personal stuff, just to be clear. So it's actually better for you because now you don't have to worry about giving them your personal information. Right now it's in beta. It lets you do quite a bit. When there is a free program, you'll be able to use, I believe it's 5. We should have actually put that page up. I should have thought of that. Is there a way you could pull up the page that shows that?
Yeah.
Because I think it's really interesting. I think a lot of people should give it a try. There's some creepiness to it because this whole AI thing is it's going to creep some people out and it's going to make a lot of people laugh and a lot of people go, hey, that's pretty cool. And we're going to talk about all that. But I think when you have something like this come out in the beta format, it's just automatically in the free. You're just trying the beta. When the beta program ends, you'll have a choice between free and I think it's 3 different paid options.
Well, they actually have paid options now. So you can actually do a paid option.
Absolutely. But I'm saying you'll be forced into an actual free option or paid option. The free option, when it's enforced, will allow you 5 per day for, what was it? I forgot, 30-second time limit. 2 concurrent ones can be done at the same time, but no more. And there'll be hard limits, most likely, I'm assuming. And right now, they're kind of being very lax on it and allowing you to go over that and possibly even to go more than 30 seconds. I have not tested it yet. So
Illinois, Texas, and Washington apparently cannot use this tool. I'm not really sure why. It's just they have a disclaimer on here that, So,
well, let's take a look at it if you can put that up for a second, just to show the page with the pricing. I mean, specifically, because it's I think it's an interesting thing. I like the way it works. And we'll show you a couple of, well, at least one other example anyways in a bit. But for now,
so here's the site. Yeah. So the 5 video limit I know is not enforced because I actually did more than 5 today playing around with it. So that was like probably the last one I did. I think I did it like 3 times and I did a couple others. The one I showed you. So I know they're not enforcing the limit right now.
Yeah, but when it is enforced, it's still not going to be. I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, once you get past the honeymoon phase of I got to make videos just for the heck of it, because let's have some fun. Eventually, you're gonna tire of that, and you're just gonna go back to it once in a while when you want to. It's kind of like being able to race somebody on the beach in your photo on your Pixel or Samsung phone, and eventually, the next iPhone apparently is going to be doing that now too with their AI. We can get into that later. But once the honeymoon phase is over, how many times do you do that? You don't do it 16 times a day, like when you first got your new phone. You do it now because you took a picture of your family on the beach and somebody photobombed. So you get rid of the photobomber. Other than that, you don't care that there's a telephone pole in the background anymore. I don't want to. I took the picture. It's the way it is. And AI is going to be the same way in a lot of ways too. You'll have fun with it for a couple of days, and then you got to go to work, you got to pick up the kids, whatever it is, right? Got to go shopping, got to do your yard work and everything, and you're just not going to need that anymore for no reason. But
Well,
if
I
you
can tell
really
you
want to
this.
use it, it will be 5 a day, up to 30 seconds. So for people that just want to have fun, that's a lot for free. That's not bad. The basic plan gives you more. I think it's 20. I think it says 20 on the screen there. I'm a little far away, so I can't see it very well. But it's $10 a month. That's actually getting into the I don't know range, but for those who really feel that they can use that for something, does it say that the basic plan for $10 a month can be used commercially, or do you need the professional for that one?
So that is correct. For $10 a month, you get 20 minutes, 4 concurrent generations, video length up to 1 minute, commercial use, no watermark, premium voices. So there's a lot involved. And I can tell you because I've used some other AI type video applications. You used it as well when we were in, on my other channel that you were helping with. And $10 a month for what they give you is actually really cheap.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I agree with you. 20 a month is a lot for that, and the fact that you can use it commercially. And if you really, really like, I have to be able to do more. I need to use it. I'm making commercials. I'm doing this. I need it for my YouTube content. And I'm making a lot of money on my YouTube content and stuff like that. Then the next one is, what is it? $50 a month, and what does that say? 100?
110 minutes, 8 concurrent, video length up to 4 minutes, commercial use.
110 minutes. Okay, so that could end up being just a few or several rather, or it could be 220 30-second ones.
Well, what's 110 divided by 4? Because you can only go up to 4 minutes.
I see. Oh, sorry, 4 minutes. I missed that part. Sorry.
Yeah, and so like the basic, you get 20 videos. So you could almost do one a day.
Yeah.
And so my idea and what I'm thinking is this basic plan would be fantastic to use for shorts on a channel.
Actually, you know what? I totally see that. I think I could see, as a matter of fact, I would encourage anyone who wants to make a lot of shorts, because there's a lot of options out there, a lot of them paid and some of them free. And of course you have things like YouTube, which just, you could make shorts out of YouTube videos, pretty easily. But having something like this and being able to make shorts specifically for your content, I don't know, it just seems to me pretty good. And
yeah,
I think there's some people doing like music with this program, and rap stuff and whatnot.
Look, they have this little
the potato guy is funny.
Yeah, but so let's listen to this here.
To tell stories that stick, you need more than just random clips.
You need characters that can talk, express, and...
Wait, does the script say rap?
I'm all kinds of bad when I drop on the beat.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah,
I love it. I was going through their Discord channel last night. I was up to like 1 a.m. playing around with it. And there's some people making some videos, some songs that are just like, it's unbelievable. And to be able to do a short, have 1 minute video that you can do on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube shorts. There's like 4 or 5 platforms you can use one video on to monetize your stuff. I mean, it's, that's amazing.
And even without that, I mean, honestly, there's so much more you can do with it too, because the way the program works, and you can do this right from your phone. This is the great part about this. You can do this right from your phone, which I did. And you can use a still picture. When you're using a picture, it specifically states that it has to be of yourself, because it's the only way that is guaranteed that you have permission. There are people who are saying you can use a picture of anybody, and some people are obviously skirting by that and doing it. But keep in mind that if you use a picture of somebody else and you don't have written permission, it's not a good idea. So
No.
stick to using a picture of yourself or use an AI generated picture. Now, the best part about it is the AI generated. There's obvious. It's always obvious that it's an AI generated picture. So you can say, I want an AI generated picture of Will Smith, and it's entirely possible. Now, if this program doesn't do it, you can ask another AI program to generate a picture for you, and then save the picture and upload it to this site. And then you can give it a prompt, add a voice, record your own voice, or and I want to add mine in here right now so I can show this real quick.
Yeah, I was going to say about recording a voice, because that's an important aspect.
yeah.
Because you could have a potato head guy with your voice coming out if you want, but yeah, it's
well, actually, wait a minute. You know what? If just for the heck of it, do you have a picture available that, or no, wait, let's just generate an AI picture. You can probably do that right now as a demonstration.
Yeah, I could.
Quick.
Yeah. I'll do that.
Might be interesting.
But I want to, this one right here, I want to play this real quick because this is funny. I laughed. I played this like 3 times last night.
Rolling up colonies, red coat hands on my list. G-Dub on the track, better brace for the fist. Tea parties in Boston, we ain't sipping no tea. Trying to tax my people, keep swinging axe.
You tell me what actor that guy looks like, even though he's obviously supposed to be.
Gosh,
not George Washington. Is it George Washington or that? I don't remember. But he looks like a famous actor, though. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Let's give this a shot. I'm going to keep quiet here while you do this prompt here.
Let's see what I got here for a picture of myself. I'm kind of curious about that.
Oh, you want to do it that way? Okay, I thought you were going to do a prompt.
Yeah, no, you still have to do the prompt, but I was kind of curious. Yeah, I have a bunch of pictures on my laptop. I don't have a lot on this desktop right now, so let's just do this. So we'll say, hello world, welcome to the future. Okay, so then we pick a voice. British voice sounds pretty
God
good.
has given you one face.
Yeah, let's do British. So we can say a you know what?
Oh, you're just going to generate something?
You can have it.
Oh,
hey.
What the heck? Oh no, wait, give it a prompt. Give it a prompt so people can see how fast it does the prompt. Because those are pre-done. Yeah, make it something stupid like a horse riding a human, or a dog and a cow or something. Whatever, I mean, a beaver holding a Canadian flag.
So let's do a human head on a horse.
A human head. Oh wow, let's see how that's probably not going to come out very good. No, it didn't. Yeah. It's just a person. Yeah, if for some reason this particular program has a hard time with that. So make it
talking horse.
It'll probably just be a horse. What? What? It's a human with horse ears.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you know what? Let's just animate it. Screw it. Let's animate it so we can demonstrate this.
Okay, so all right. So once you pick your horse head, and you have your script over here, which right now on the free they only give you 300 characters. So this kind of is what determines video length, depending on like what the content is.
Right.
Because I could never even get 30 seconds. I think the longest one I got was like 15 or 20 seconds. I think the one you did was like 21 seconds.
Yeah, because it counts spaces as characters.
Right. So it just depends on what you have written there, but because there's no way to extend it.
And also a line spacer is 2 spaces. Like if you hit enter to go down a line, that's actually 2 spaces, not 1.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, too, what I like here is where it says you can randomize, how it looks. So if you click this little circle right there, it keeps the picture and it just changes.
Now she's got a horse mane and ears.
Yeah,
that's cool.
And then she's looking at a different direction, so.
Well, wait, before you generate it, what did you write again for the
hello world, welcome to the future.
Capitalize the entire word welcome as a shout. I just want to demonstrate to people just how unbelievably well this works. and that the facial expression should actually show up, that particular word is actually being emphasized hugely, incorrectly in English, but hugely.
And
But
you
that's how
can
you do
have
that.
it do a lot of automated stuff. You can just click down here, randomize prompt, randomize seed, so it'll like keep redoing it. But anyways, so that's our words. That's our funny horse character, and so then you just click generate video. And being that
I'm not
this is
sure.
short,
Yeah, it can vary anywhere from several seconds to over a minute.
obviously being just a few words though, it shouldn't take too long. Of course, again, being in the free version, you have lower priority in the server queue that's
100%.
generating this.
Yeah. Also keep in mind that this is not happening locally. The entire thing is taking place in the cloud.
Right.
So you're not the only resources you're using is the fact that you have a.
But see, look how fast that was. So here we go. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Let's play it.
Hello world, welcome to the future.
Yeah, it was so short you didn't even get much out of the welcome. But play it one more time so I can see watch the facial expressions.
Hello world, welcome to the future.
See, there was that welcome. There was a bit of a flinch because the word was made bigger.
And there. See, I mean, it's so easy. Like,
I was going to tell you to add one more thing. I was going to tell you to put 3 dots behind welcome.
And see, it's nice too because they give you down here. It lets you save like your previous generated videos, so you can always go back and download it. And you can download this as a file, so we can download it and use it for whatever you want. But again, it's all watermarked, being a free version. So
where's the watermark? Anyways, I've never.
It's down at the bottom right when the video's playing. You'll see it.
I don't think I mind that, to be honest with you. I would have no problem advertising where I got it from. And if I do AI artwork in any way, I want people to know it's AI. I don't want to try to fake it and try to pretend that I'm not. I don't like that idea. I think if you're using AI, people should know you're using AI. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Hello world. Welcome to the future of AI with talking horses.
That's awesome. I can play with this like hours.
I know it's really quite cool. All right, you know what? I think what I want to do is I want to show everybody the one I did where I took a picture of myself. Actually,
yeah, I think so. That's because it looks pretty good.
Let me throw that up there, and I actually have to go and actually hit play. So give me a second. Here we go.
What you're watching right now is basically just a test. This is a still image of myself, and I'm recording the voice separately. This is being combined using AI at Hedra.com. You can try it out for free yourself. Go to Hedra.com.
Whoops! I accidentally played again. Sorry. The problem here, of course, I have to hide that. What am I doing? The problem here, of course, is that I basically called it Hedra, and apparently it is Hedra. But no, the big thing is that you could definitely see the flaws in there. But apparently, if you're looking more dead straight, you're looking right at the camera. When I took that selfie a couple of years back, I had my head a little to the side and my shoulders were out like this. And so when the animation started, it made my head move a little too much. And you can see my neck getting thicker and thinner and thicker and thinner. I am not a no neck. I
wonder if it would matter too, like if you held your mouth open or closed, like if it would make it easier to animate.
I think the ones I've seen is when you have either very little smile or a mild smile. And depending on what you're telling it to say, if you show very little teeth or no teeth at all. Right? Yeah. If your eyes are not too wide, but not squinting. So if you're just looking like this, it's probably the best result for a picture.
Yeah.
So if you got a picture, you find something like that of yourself, or you take one of yourself deliberately like that, then it's going to work better. But the AI generated stuff, man, can you have fun with that? If you can come up with
Yeah.
a prompt that works great, fantastic. If you can't, again, you can use Gemini or Copilot
Yep.
or any number of other AI generating tools, and you could tell it to make a beaver with a horse's mane playing
Yeah.
American rules football in Australia, and
Yeah.
and it will actually make that.
Yeah.
Which would be kind of funny, actually. I would have.
Well, I showed you the one I did of the logo I have for my gaming channel, and it doesn't even have like an actual mouth. It's got like where it looks like skin stretching across the opening, but it was able to know that's the mouth area, and you could actually see lips moving behind it. It was like, and the head movement was like, I was like,
well,
man,
basically,
that's
it's a mask.
killer.
It's
Yeah.
a mask that doesn't have a mouth.
Yeah.
And obviously done very similar to I forgot what's the character's name from Ghost Recon. Not Ghost Recon. I mean,
Oh, it's Ghost is who from
yeah,
Modern Warfare 3.
From Modern Warfare 3. That's what I
Yeah.
was trying to say. Yeah, it's Ghost basically.
Yeah.
And if you know the character, if you play the game, you know what we're talking about. And he has, I think, drawing of teeth over the mouth area, doesn't he?
It's got like a skeleton face mask.
Yeah,
and of course,
right,
it's
yeah.
all different iterations.
Yeah,
of it,
but what
yeah.
this looked like when he was talking, the one you generated, was more like Neo trying to open his mouth.
Yes, that's it. That's exactly it. Yeah.
But except he was talking.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I thought about when you showed it to me.
Yeah, that's true.
There is a reason why he's basically not bringing that up, though. Is that's because, again, he did that with the free program, and there's no commercial use, and that would be for his gaming channel, so he would have to use the commercial license to do that one.
Yeah.
So that's why we're not showing you that one right now.
Yeah, because it actually says the channel name and blah blah blah. So yeah. But that's the kind of thing though. Like I see this like that could be like an intro for my gaming, like when I start my streaming, and that would be pretty cool. It'd be pretty awesome. There's so many uses I see for shorts and all that. It's just
right.
Yeah.
I still think you should hire a voice artist to make sure that you have a perfect voice for it.
Yes.
But that's up to you.
But
you don't have to hire him. You got a friend that would do it for you for free. But that's I'm just saying. But
well, here's another aspect to it that I was thinking about today is, on that wellness channel that I have that's really just talks about, personal improvement and, some of the things I've gone through that kind of led me into all this whole YouTube aspect is that there's a lot of people like on the different forums I'm a part of and some of these other groups that I've joined. There's a lot of people, especially in our Gen X age bracket, that are really afraid to get on camera. They're scared of it. Or they don't know how to do it, or they're nervous about it, but they don't mind talking, right? So how cool would it be for somebody that wanted to get on YouTube? They come in here, they write their script that they want to say, and they create an avatar, and it's their voice, and the avatar's talking. Their own voice adds credibility and, authenticity to what they're doing. It's their words. It's just a puppet basically talking.
On the other hand, they could also even have a picture of themselves that's just nice shot, and you could do it dozens of times until you see the perfect one come up. And once the perfect picture works, then it'll work for any prompt that you give it.
Right. Yep.
So you could do that over and over again until you find the right one. But on the same vein of what you're saying, even if they were, I don't want my own voice, but I want my picture, but I'm afraid to be on camera. They can use the picture, they can use the prompt, they can use the AI voice. Bob's your uncle. And then just learn to do the emphasis in certain areas to make it pop more. Put semicolons where you would normally put a colon, or I mean a colon, I mean a comma, sorry.
Yeah.
Because you put a semicolon where you're supposed to put a comma, you end up with a dramatic pause. And it could be perfect if you're trying to get someone to do it like an actor, the prompt, the AI.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and because I've seen some examples, and it's really amazing. And see these facial expressions I'm making right now. You can get them to do this if you make
Right.
it sound like it's supposed to be exciting.
Right. Yep. Because it
It's
definitely
pretty
changes with
cool.
the inflection. Yep. And so I just see it to where it can really open up a whole new world for somebody that even if they're not, they just want to get on YouTube because they just want a YouTube channel to talk about, gardening or I don't know, whatever. And they're not even talking, they don't even want to monetize. They just want to have fun, but they're scared to get on camera. This opens up a whole new world for them because yes, it's AI. You're not trying to fake people out. You're just using a puppet and you're giving it the words. It's a tool, and that's, you're not trying to fake them out like, that's, man with orange hair. I won't say his name, but you know what I'm saying? So it's not like you're trying to be somebody like you were saying earlier, like you're not trying to be an actor, like you're not trying to mimic or impersonate. You're just creating some random image, but using your voice and your words.
You could just have some AI of a guy going, "Hey, Mr. Tangerine Man." Yeah, I said tangerine, not tambourine. I actually wonder now if I made an AI character, not necessarily my picture of myself, could be, or an AI character, and then I sang it, sang something, recorded it, because you can do the recording of your own voice, talking, singing, or whatever you want. If it sounds like music, there's apparently the AI understands that it's music and gives bolder facial expressions the more dramatic the music is. I saw the example of the rap guy.
Yeah.
What was it, Benjamin Franklin? Not Benjamin Franklin.
Yeah. George Washington.
George Washington, thank you. Doing I still think was actually that famous actor. That's what that face was based on. I can't remember his name for some reason. But anyways, so if I did, it's like something like somewhere over the if the AI would go somewhere,
It probably would. Yeah.
I mean, that would be kind of cool to see.
Yeah.
And people would have fun with that, and you could have fun with that, and it wouldn't matter, by the way, if you sang yourself, whether you could sing or not, because it would still be fun.
Well, ironically, the funny thing is when I was on the Discord, when I joined the Discord, it says, like, hey, you go through this channel and introduce yourself and blah, blah, blah. And so when I introduced myself, I said, well, hey, a buddy of mine sent me this website and I checked it out, and this technology is pretty awesome. I can't wait to play around with it. And actually, one of the developers was in the Discord that popped in there and said, oh, hey, awesome. Glad you found it. And I hope you have a lot of fun with it. And that's exactly what they want you to do, is have fun with it.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
pretty awesome. Yeah. I thought it was kind of cool that the developer popped in there and chatted on my welcome.
But you know what? I think it's time we segued, and it's a perfect segue. Since we're talking about AI anyways, let's discuss. Well, technically, it's a bad segue because it's not about the AI in the new Pixel 9 series. It's actually, apparently, the Pixel 9 series will be switching their fingerprint reader to ultrasonic.
Oh, thank God.
You know what we forgot to do? Oh, wait a minute. We can add that. Hang on a second. I forgot to do. There we go.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, oh crap! I just opened another app. Excuse me. I've never really had any problems with my fingerprint readers with the optical ones in the last couple of pixels under the screen. But the fact of the matter is, it's factually not as good. It is slower, and I know that there's a man right on the screen right now that can testify, because he's using an ultrasonic one right now, is he not? I'm looking at you.
Is it? Yeah, I know. Is the S23 Ultra, is it ultrasonic? I thought it was still image.
Is it on the screen? Is it on the screen, or is it on the button?
No, it's on the screen.
Then it's ultrasonic. Samsung wouldn't put it. They wouldn't put the ultra. Now you got me wondering. If I'm wrong, I just made a complete. I I'm pretty sure Samsung, I think at least from the 23, if not sooner. Just about everybody else has done that, and
Yes,
Pixel
it is
they-
ultrasonic.
yeah, and you
But
know what? The truth of the matter is, you would know anyways because you used the Pixels before it that had the underscreen reader, and one of the issues you had was it was opening too slowly, if I remember correctly. Was that not one of them?
yeah, well, I have very flat fingerprints. Like it's really not super visible. But I'm going to tell you, knowing that, I didn't even think about that. This fingerprint reader on this phone is garbage.
Oh, what, on your phone?
Oh my God. I sometimes I'll hit it 2 or 3 times and then it'll get to the point and say, oh, sorry, we can't recognize your finger. Put your pin in. Otherwise, we're going to wipe your phone. Because I have it set to where if I do it too many times wrong, it wipes my phone.
Oh,
so I got to put my pin in. So it's so frustrating. And I'm just wondering if maybe, I don't know. I would have thought it would have been, yeah, that's irritating. It's frustrating. But the facial recognition is pretty fast.
Yeah, well, facial, even on a Pixel, it's like immediate.
Yeah, so
it's much faster than the fingerprint. And the thing about it is it is secure on the Google end. They don't need to have 9,000 special cameras under the screen, to do it. Is it as phenomenally accurate as Apple's? Well, no, because they don't have 9,000 infrared laser cameras and stuff going on. I'm acting like I don't know how it works. I do, but but the bottom line is Google's technology for facial recognition works. It's not like the old style facial recognition where all it does was it saw a picture of you and turned the phone on for you. That was something that was available in Android from KitKat, I want to say, or was it earlier than that?
I don't recall, honestly, but people used to get so mad at that because, like, you could just hold a picture up to it and
it wasn't
unlock
secure.
your phone. So,
and once they started doing the fingerprint readers, about 3 generations of fingerprint readers in, Google just pulled the plug on it, and you couldn't get facial recognition at all on a Pixel phone. I think it was from the first Pixel, actually. I think the very last Nexus may have still had it. I might be wrong.
I so miss the button on the back of the Pixel. That was so easy, just to.
You know what? A lot of people say, and I do get it because I kind of like the idea I can put my thumb down on it when it's lying down. But I never complained about it when it was on the back, and picking it up opened instantaneously. And when people say, "Oh, but ultrasonic is the best possible," no, the physical hardware. Fingerprint reader on the back of the phone that when you picked up the phone, it was on because your finger was on it. And I just took a screenshot. Just tap to take screenshots. Oops.
Yeah. And see, whenever I put my phone down on the table, I always put it face down because I want the privacy. And so if I feel it vibrate or buzz, then I'll pick it up. And I used to just pick it up, put my finger, boom. And it was just like one flawless motion,
No, don't get me wrong. Much like my Pixel, your S23, as you mentioned, by the time if you pick it up and you just flip it right away, it's going to see your face and turn on instantly anyways.
Yeah.
It is that quick. Like, I mean, honestly, like, look. Oh, I had to check to see if the screen was even on. Okay. Is that wait, where am I? That's the lock screen. Yeah, I can. Don't ask. Anyways, if I turn it around, it's already, what the hell? Now it didn't work. You know why it didn't work? It actually went to sleep as I was turning it.
Oh, yeah, because you did. Yeah, you did.
Yeah. So anyways, okay, lock screen. I turn it around, and again, it didn't work. So you know what? There you go. I can't wait to get the next phone because honestly, in all fairness, I am running 15 beta. Okay. So
you said you were having cameras issues earlier too. So
there may be a few things that are going wrong with it right now. But again, I can't get mad. I chose to put the beta on. You put a beta on, you got to pay the price or shut up. That's it. right? So I'm not going to complain. I'm gonna file the bug, which is what you're supposed to do. If you don't file the bug, you can't complain that it doesn't get fixed. What if
Right.
you know? So you file the bug, let it go. But I will say this though, for Google, since they're not going back to the back, having the fingerprint be ultrasonic is a beautiful step in the right direction.
Yeah.
Excuse me while I actually. Oh, did Android kill another app?
Well, while you're playing with your phone there, I don't know how many of you watched that Galaxy Unpacked event. I know Lionel didn't watch it. I was able to watch it.
Yeah.
And the Galaxy AI technology, which uses Gemini, they're very much in bed with Google with their whole AI technology, which I think is great because I think Google's definitely on the right track. They have some improvement to do, but they're on the right track. And the AI, they came out with the new Flip and Fold, which I'm still not sold on bendable screens. Sorry. It's going to have to be another couple of years at least before it's going to sell me to use one. I mean, I have a hard time spending $2,000 on a phone that bends that. Yeah. Anyways, but they're amazing. The rest of the hardware is fantastic. The Galaxy Watch is fantastic. And I actually have a Galaxy Watch I just got my shipping notification. So I might actually have it before next podcast where I can play around with it. It has its own. It has its own.
We're all looking forward to.
Yeah. So when I get my S25 Ultra and I already have the Galaxy Watch 7, I'll really get to see the integration with all the Galaxy AI stuff. But it's
speaking of watch and phone integration. Sorry, it's segue time again. I got this one here. So again, I'm skimming stuff. I got some 9 to 5 Google. I don't know why my voice got all trailed off like that. Pixel Watch Find My Device Network support coming soon. What? Why? I thought it was already just automatic, like the Pixel, like the phone itself, but no, it wasn't. So it's not. I couldn't track my watch right now if I wanted to.
Yeah, see, that's crazy.
I mean, I'm glad it's coming soon, but come on, man, out of the gate, right?
Yeah,
because
I can open.
If the people with the watch have that working, especially if they have an LTE watch, that automatically makes the trackers work better. I saw a guy with a Pixel watch who didn't have a Pixel phone the other day. So don't think that it's impossible. You technically can do that, It's an Android, so you technically can use the Pixel watch with another phone. Yeah, just like I can get a Galaxy watch. I don't need a Samsung. There's a few features I need a Samsung phone for, but the vast majority of the watch's features, being Android Wear, work on any Android phone.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I actually have got a fantastic deal on Amazon Prime, and you guys have a few hours left. You want to go buy some stuff on Amazon Prime, but I do have some because I'm gonna be taking some trips coming up here in the next 2-3 months, and I wanted to be able to put those trackers in my luggage. I hear so much about lost luggage these days, and so I thought, what a perfect way to test the Samsung, Smart Tracker 2. And I also got a Pebble Bee from Google because I had some Google credits that I didn't know I had. So I'm going to be able to kind of test those. So that'll be interesting to see how well those two technologies compare to each other.
Yeah, I think it'll probably work better where you're going than almost anywhere else in the US where iPhones are still more prevalent. But by the time you get there, the network will be pretty much on anyone's devices. There'll be more people that will have bought them. And if Android is more popular where you're going than iPhone, there's a chance that you might have a decent experience with it.
Yeah, but see,
if you did it in Las Vegas right now, there would be nothing but iPhones, and it wouldn't work very well at all.
Well, let me see that. So, yeah. So, see, this is my Galaxy stuff. It sees every single one of my devices. And, of course, they're all at the house right now.
Yeah,
it
that's
just
easy.
automatically sees them. So it's like everything I have, watch, buds, phone, my laptop. I mean, it's all there. I could track any of those devices at any time, anywhere, as long as they were turned on, obviously. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see.
For some reason, mine isn't trying to track my buds. Why? When did this become a thing? Why are my Pixel Buds not being tracked? And by the way, as far as I understand it, Pixel Buds don't technically work traditionally, well, eventually traditionally, in the Find My Device network, the way the Pixel phones and the Pixel Watch eventually will, and the new Chipolo and whatnot. But they've always been findable. So as long as they're nearby, they'll still be spotted by something else in the network. Because they're Pixel Buds. They can be found easily anyways, as long as you're near them. So if any other thing that's on the network is near it, they will be found easily. But oddly, they're not here. What the?
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
What is wrong?
Are they
I
on?
got two phones, and
maybe they have to be.
No, it should show up there anyways and just say last seen. That's the way that works. Now, keep in mind, my phone eventually, if it hasn't started doing it already, no, I think it's still eventually. My phone won't even have to be on for, I think it's a day or two or something like that. It can actually be completely off. And instead of just saying, oh, it was last seen, it will say it's in this area. So I don't know how it works, but there's something that basically, maybe it shuts off when there's still 3%, but allows, the wideband to run in the background or something. I have no idea.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'd love to get the documents on that and just peruse through that, because I'd really like to know what makes that work. But there's really not a lot going on with this Find My Device thing. Did my network stop working? This looks like the old version all of a sudden.
Well, maybe it's the beta that's acting funky. But, it's obviously, we all know that Google has some work on their Find My network stuff. It's well known. I'll be really curious to see when I travel, because I'll have the Pebble Bee and a Galaxy device in the same piece of luggage. So I get to see just exactly what the difference is and how it, pinpoints and locates that piece of luggage with both systems. So I'll be curious to see. But, some of this, I can't read that.
Oh, yeah. I have the with network in all areas option on, because I want it to be as easy as possible when it actually starts working like it's supposed to.
Yeah. Well, it's true Google fashion. They are on their own time frame, and I think it won't be long before they actually improve it. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I'm still, on the fence about some of it, because they just need to fix it. There's no reason why they shouldn't have been able to come out with it, just like, and compete with Samsung and Apple.
Well,
how they have
wait. They still wouldn't have been able to do it as quickly, because first of all, the quickest way to do it would be to basically allow any phone with a certain level of Android already running, as long as it was updated to the latest. And that takes a long time. Some people just refuse to update their phones, but you would have millions overnight, so it would make it better. Not everyone has to necessarily have a tracker, but the phones, watches. Now, the thing is that if the Samsung supports their watches, I don't know if they're going to, because it's Wear OS 5 now. I don't remember.
Yes. Yeah, the 7's the first watch to come out with that.
And now if it has ultra wideband,
it does.
There you go. And it supports Google's Find My Device network, which I don't know if it does. But if it did, that would make a huge difference, because there's going to be literally millions of Samsung Galaxy watches sold in the next several months.
Yeah, that's a good
Millions of
point.
them,
I'll have to
right?
remember to
So if
check
they
that.
supported it, then all of a sudden those trackers would become way more relevant. And every time there was that many more out, they would become even more relevant. As long as there's none, they're not going to work where the squat because they've got nothing to talk to. What are they
Yeah,
going to
but
talk to?
my issue is that it's not like this has just suddenly come into market. These trackers between Samsung and Apple have been around for a long time. There's no reason why Google couldn't have started development way back when these other
Oh,
two
they should
started
have.
bringing theirs out, and that's
They
their own
should have.
fault. They're just behind the ball there.
Furthermore, maybe they should have talked to Samsung about licensing or something, or just like convince them to open up your technology, or just make the app available to everybody and integrate it with Google's Find My Device network.
Yeah, that'd have
Maybe
been
give a
genius.
couple of extra features. Maybe tack some extra
Mm-hmm.
features onto your personal one for Samsung owners, right? But let
Yeah.
everyone else use the Samsung trackers. Because if that was the case, it would be almost instant overnight. Here we are, parity with Apple's trackers.
Yeah.
As it stands now, if you put whatever Apple's called, what is it, an iTag or something? I don't know what the hell you call it.
Yeah.
I think it's just everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. If you put one in your car, it's probably going to track. Sometimes when it's moving, and almost always if it ends up in a parking lot in a mall or an airport, because there's always going to be something else within 40 feet or less.
Yeah,
it
you'd
will
think so.
find something else, and you'll be able to track it. If you do that with a Chipotle tag right now, it might tell you in 3 hours where it was an hour and a half ago. And I've seen videos where this has been true. The guy, he put this 2 trackers. He put the Apple one. Actually, sorry, he used Samsung as well. He used Samsung one, the Apple one, and I think he used the Chipotle and the
Pebble Bee?
Yeah, and he put all 4 in the same piece of luggage, and he tracked. Okay, the Apple one basically said every time it moved even slightly, here it is.
Yeah.
And there it's going, and this is the direction it's moving in right now. The Samsung one was not as good, but it still gave several updates and definitely told them exactly where it was when it hit final destination.
Yeah.
The Chipotle and whatever the other one is called. Anyways,
Pebble Bee,
yes. I'm not going to get sponsorship deals with them, am I? Anyways, they in both cases they screwed up badly enough that one of them finally said the final destination long after it got there, and only gave like 2 updates the entire trip, including one that was long after it was gone from that location, and the other one never actually showed where it was, and eventually ended up saying last seen back at the original location.
Yeah.
After updating, it didn't even save the updates. It defaulted back to the last scene, even though it wasn't the last scene. So that is not him. And these are the new trackers. I'm not talking about the ones they've been selling for years.
That's an epic failure.
That is an epic failure. And so for that reason alone, I refuse to buy them because it's not ready. Now, in the case of this one, whichever one, I don't remember if it was Pebble Bee or Chipotle, but whichever one it was, that's an absolute no-no for me. They need to have a second generation. I don't know if a software update does that. I don't know if they're updatable. So I would honestly, I would stay away from them. Like I don't want to sound like a jerk off, but why waste your money on something that isn't going to work well? If you own a Samsung phone, get a Samsung tag. If you own an Apple phone, get the Apple tag. If you own something else, get the original trackers, and just know that they won't necessarily tell you exactly where your stuff is unless it hasn't moved for a while.
Yeah. I use a Chipotle, just a Chipotle with the Chipotle app and Chipotle network and all that. And I mean, it was okay, but it wasn't like super accurate, but I agree. I mean, it all comes down to ecosystem, when, if you're in an ecosystem, use everything you can within that ecosystem and it'll just work flawlessly, and you just won't have issues.
Generally speaking, that is the best. That's another reason why, as you brought up, Google, for crying out loud, just bring us your own tracker.
Yeah.
August 13th, tell us we get a tracker.
Yeah. Well, since they made the Pebble Bee the official tracker that's available on the Google store now, which is where I bought the tag that I got, I don't know they're going to come out with their own tracker.
But they did that once before with a different product. I don't remember what it was. They also did it with a speaker, and then they came out with the Google Home like 3 weeks later or something. So it's not impossible.
No, it's not impossible.
But it's
Google.
It's Google. You know what? You're right.
You're right. You know what I'm wondering? I'm wondering if a single Samsung, the Tracker 2, can be tracked by two phones. Because my wife has an S23 Ultra as well. I'm wondering if we can pair both our phones to the same tracker so that, let's say I lost my phone. I can say, hey, honey, let me see your phone. I need to track my luggage.
Well, first of all, I would assume the answer should be yes.
I think so.
As far as I know, you can have 10 iPhones all tracking one other iPhone, iPad, or Apple tracker device. I'm pretty sure, let's say, everything that I own that can be tracked, my phone, watch, buds, are trackable from both phones, which track each other as well.
But it's this, you have the same account logged into both phones.
Oh, you mean a completely separate account? That's right. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's different because you're talking about.
But if you can pair it to the tracker, if we could both pair it to the tracker.
Well, if you're talking about the old thing, maybe, but not the Google Find My Device network. It would have.
No, I'm talking about the Samsung tag.
Oh, Samsung tag. Well, I have no idea how that works.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'll have to find that out when I get it.
I'm gonna guess no. I'm gonna guess the answer is probably no, with the possible exception if you were able to do something similar to what Google phones do, which, by the way, I love it, and it works better on Pixels than anything. Well, actually, any Android phone, really. Is that you can have several different accounts. Like you might have X amount. Everybody knows this, right? You got 2, 3, 4, 5 emails, a couple of business, a couple of personal, one for your gaming channel, or whatever it is you do. But you can actually use account that is not your main account to sign into certain things, even for tracking. You would just have to change which one you were looking at. Like if I go into the Find My Device, excuse me a second again.
Yeah, I know what you're saying because I created a
you might
Gmail.
know, but I'm doing this for the benefit of anybody viewing. In my Find My Device network, my picture up here, I will hit that, and I can. Well, it says sign in as guest, or I can. Wait a minute, I can't change it. Oh, yes, I can. I had to hit the button. Then I've got a whole list of names down here for my other accounts. So I could actually just sign into a different account, track it, and Bob's your uncle. So I think it would work, but it would be like that, where she would have to do a pull down, drop down, tap, or whatever it is to change it. Again, I can't guarantee that because it's Samsung. It's not the Google.
Yeah, that's a good point. That might be. I don't know. We'll have to test it because I do have an account that I created for her. There's a Google account, just a regular Gmail.
Right.
So that way I could share certain things within the Google environment because, and again, I don't know why Google does not allow certain things to work within a Google Workspace business account, which is what her primary account is for her practice. So I had to create a Gmail account in order to share certain things so we could use the same services and nests and all kinds of stuff. But at any rate, I could use that account. That's a good point. I didn't think about that. So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe if I could just use her phone and just somehow pair it and my phone, that would be cool too. But I don't know. We'll find out. I got a lot of testing to do, which is going to be fun. So
yeah. And again, I just want to reiterate, if for any reason you feel like you're uncomfortable getting into the seat of an incredibly powerful car on a German roadway, I would be happy to take your place and make you feel better.
Well, maybe I'll let you
Just
track. Maybe I'll let you track my tracker as I'm going around the track.
Well, you know what? Listen. If you can get a good roaming data plan, or use a local SIM when you're there, or whatever that gives you unlimited data or something, then for the love of God, share your location on the map at the time so I can actually watch you go around the track. I'm not even joking. And again, if you get unlimited, stream the son of a bitch.
Yeah, well,
I would
Verizon
love to
has
watch
some
that live.
functionality, and they charge you like a day pass.
Who
Because
does?
Verizon, because my wife and I use it like when we go, on vacation and whatnot, when we go out of country. So I'll have to see, what its function. I don't know if it's unlimited or not. I don't remember. My son, though, has a Google Pixel that actually runs on Google Fi, and it pretty much works anywhere in the entire world. Pretty much, there's so many countries that you get your regular data. Everything's almost exactly the same. It's like nothing changes.
Yeah,
It's pretty
but
amazing.
keep in mind, you're going around the longest racetrack on the planet.
Yeah.
I want to see it streamed. That would be a lot of data in a foreign country. So even if it was your normal data. So what I'm saying is, if you can get a local SIM for just the data, keep in mind this is Germany, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They
I don't know.
probably have
I'll have
like
to see what our options are.
Probably have like a $20 data only unlimited or something like that. Something equivalent to $20. I mean, like 20, Deutsche marks, right? I was gonna say French francs. Why would they? Or do they use euros there? What am I saying?
I don't know. That's a good question. I have no idea.
How do you say stream it in German? I don't even know. I should know this.
No idea. Yeah, no idea. But yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, no, actually, I would love to see that. As a matter of fact, what the heck? Go all out. Get yourself 3 or 4 more GoPros and put them all over the outside of the car.
Well, I'm already paid for a plan, and I'm taking my GoPro with me, so I'm gonna have 2 different recordings already. So that's gonna have to be enough.
Yeah, but they're both gonna be inside the car.
I don't know. I don't know if they are like one outside. I don't know what their.
I don't
plan
know
is,
that they
but-
allow it to be outside the car, because if it falls off, they have to stop everybody and send a cleanup crew.
Well, no, but there's people drive around with them on their personal cars. I see it all the time.
Oh, they do? On the outside?
Yes.
Oh, so they do allow it then. Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Then. I mean, obviously you don't buy, the cheap suction cups from the corner electronics store. You get the good stuff.
Yeah.
That's meant to actually be used for that purpose. But that is cool. I mean, I swear I can't find it to save my life, but I do have a video of me on a track, much smaller with a much less powerful vehicle, but it's also a smaller track with tighter corners, so it was still a lot of fun. That was several years ago, but I would love to see that when you're out there, because God knows I'm not the one doing it. Live like
I mean, I'll do everything I can, because it's going to be on one of my YouTube channels, so I think that's going to be I think it's going to be watchable. It's going to be pretty cool. Worst case scenario, if I can't stream it,
but I know that
I'm gonna upload it. No, I'm gonna say, even if it's not streamable, obviously, very shortly thereafter, I'll have edited and uploaded it to YouTube at a hotel Wi-Fi or something.
Hotel, yeah, they probably have better Wi-Fi there in their hotels than we do around here.
I don't know. Some of the
actually,
Wi-Fi
some of them are pretty. Now that trope about hotel Wi-Fi and barely getting anything. It's not as much. Last time I was in a hotel, I was actually like, what? I got 55 megabits per second. I was like, I mean, that's not brilliant, but compared to like 8-9 years ago, where not even that, 5 years ago, you go to a hotel or even a cafe and you'd be lucky to get 2.5.
Yeah. The biggest issue I see in hotels is not so much the speed once you're connected, it's getting connected, because they those DNS redirects for their terms and conditions and put your room number and all that BS. And half the time those pages won't load. so you can't actually get on. But that's the only frustrating thing.
That's the thing that I kind of like about the amount of data that you can get on your mobile plans nowadays. You can get so much if you're only staying one night in a hotel. You're spending most of the day out somewhere else, having dinner, sightseeing, whatever it is you're doing, right?
Yeah.
And you go back and you go, 3.5 hours, and I'm going to go to sleep. You can basically just stream stuff to your phone, your tablet, or even plug it into this hotel TV, and watch a movie, Netflix, Disney Plus, or something you've got on your computer if you want to. You can stream stuff right just from your own data. No problem.
Most of the time, what I'll do is I'll take a Chromecast and I'll plug the Chromecast into the TV, and then I'll use my hotspot on my phone since you can't take a Chromecast to the terms and conditions page. And I'll just stream my Chromecast off my phone.
That works. I like the way you held it up like this, like you're talking about the original Chromecast. I'm pretty sure you're not still using the original Chromecast. It's not even supported. I mean, what is it?
Yeah, no, I'm not.
I actually forgot what it even looked like until you did this. I remember now. It was a tiny little thing.
Little round thing.
You lose that in the drop of a hat. I loved it when it first came out because it was bold. It was new. You didn't have to stream from your phone. I mean, your phone just told it what to do, and it went, okay, give me the stuff off the internet. But remember, at the time, there was no way to plug them in at all. They were pure wireless, right? You didn't. I mean, you could cast from your phone to it, but when you did that, it was really slow. And even when it was casting directly from the internet via your phone, telling it what to do, it froze a lot. It would go blank. It would restart. It would get hot. It was neat, but it was honestly a terrible piece of garbage compared to the generation that came after. And ironically enough, though, the second generation, the puck style one, I had to restart that one a lot. It would screw up. But when it didn't need to be restarted, it actually worked really well. But the 4K
but even the Google TVs that have are the little dongle things. It's the Google TV.
Yeah, they're just weak.
It just crashes too sometimes.
But in that particular case, it's fully a RAM issue, not a processor.
Right. Yeah,
it's just because for some reason they decided to put a billionth of a megabyte of RAM in it or something.
Yes.
I think I'm pretty sure Windows 98 would run on this thing.
It's ridiculous.
It's a joke because I mean, you know what? You want to make that cheap piece of garbage? Do it. But for the love of God, give me a more expensive option that gives me everything Google's willing to give me out of the box, but with all the benefits of having something like a Shield TV Pro. I want my USB audio.
Yeah, but see, even the Shield is irritating because they haven't updated that thing forever, and they're still selling it on Amazon like it's some brand new fresh tech, and it's not.
Well, I don't know about forever. It is actually running 13. It was updated a few months back or 6 months ago, whatever it is, to Android 13. It's never going to go higher because it's getting long in the tooth now.
But I'm having issues with mine where I have to unplug it and plug it back up because it'll freeze and it won't stream right.
I've had a few. It's like I said, it's getting long in the tooth. It still operates mostly properly most of the time, but there's always something. At least once a week, it might be a tiny issue that's not that big of a deal. Turn it on and turn it off. You don't even have to restart. Just turn it on, turn it off. But sometimes it's more like what you're saying. And I've had full out frozen, like freezing. Yeah. I had one time where it wouldn't even restart, and I was like panicking. I was like, "Oh my God, this is it. It's done. I'm gonna have to buy some cheap Chinese model now that doesn't have USB audio and won't work next week." Yeah. But then it finally came back. It was actually frozen during a restart, so it froze on a blank screen, and that's why I didn't see it. And that lasted 15 minutes. While I panicked, I was like practically crying like a little girl.
Ridiculous. Well, that I think is a segue to our ending. Listen, this has been an AI podcast, and which is cool because that's what this is all about, tech.
But we're not AI.
No.
To be clear. Why is this covering my face entirely? I meant to actually have it more like,
but
I can't even get it right. I meant to do this. That's still not right.
Go check out that Hedra. It's really awesome. And if you have a need to actually use it, I mean, it's super amazing. Go check it out and have some fun with it. And I'll be giving some information when I get my watch and those tags and all that, because I think that's an interesting topic. But yeah, so hey, I'm Robert from the US, and we really appreciate you guys watching. And I'm going to hand it over to say goodbye from
Lionel from Toronto, Canada. And I hope you have a really great week. And we forgot to mention one thing. We're going to have to next week show you some pictures. I believe you have some pictures, maybe some videos from 4th of July.
Oh, yes. We're sorry we did not get last week's video made. We had some issues, but yeah. So, yeah, we can definitely do that, because I did make a short little 4-minute.
Yeah, well, basically you promised to show them, so you're going to have to be held to that. But for now,
we can do that.
You have a great week, and we'll see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe.